Okay. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and move, and we're going to see where everyone lands. So 3, 2, 1, move. I saw you looking around, Mary, but I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got Vinny on one side and Mary on the other, and then Jose and Armani in the middle. So Vinny is solidly disagreeing that psychics aren't real. Mary is solidly agreeing that psychics aren't real. And then, what?
Did you have to make it a negative? It's really confusing thinking about, okay, I agree that psychics aren't real.
You're right.
Whoops, I misunderstood that.
That's true.
Yeah, see?
Jose, yeah, okay. Okay, so Jose mildly agrees that psychics aren't real, and Armani mildly disagrees. This is like the best spread of arguments we've ever had. Well done. Okay, we're gonna go with Mary. Mary, why did Venya pick to disagree that psychics aren't real?
So to clarify, why does Venya believe that psychics are real? Correct?
Yes. Why does Venya believe that psychics are real?
Humankind has certain patterns, especially on a grand scale, and so it's not that hard to be able to predict certain events happening, especially if they've happened before.
Okay. So Venya might believe it just because people can predict things, and some people call themselves psychics when they do that.
That's tangential to my reasons.
Okay.
But it's not. It's an interesting thought that I hadn't considered, but it is tangential to my reasons. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Jose, would you like to take a guess at why Venya chose that side?
They likely had a first-hand experience where they got some kind of knowledge seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah, there you go. Vinny has had a psychic moment and seen psychics work and believes they're real.
That has not happened to me. No.
Okay, then it's not that.
I kind of wish it had.
All right. Well, don't we all, right? Okay, so Venya, what is your reasoning for believing psychics are real?
Yeah, so my reason is anthropological. There's so much import placed on foresight as a mechanism in a lot of older cultures, religious epicenters, in a lot of spiritual practices for individuals, that the position of a psychic, a medium, or a shaman has, in a great many ways, swayed the impact of the cultures that they come from. And as a result, I think that it is important to recognize the existence of those roles and how important they are to those cultures. So where psychics in the modern day, we understand their ability to tell the future is not necessarily true in any way, shape, or form, right? The cultural impact of the role of a psychic in cultures should still be recognized. In the same way, alternative health has become like this big industry, and a lot of Western science views it as damaging. But on a cultural level, if a specific community of people believed that that was how you manage their healthcare, then they should be allowed to manage their healthcare authentically to their cultures and where they come from. So is there clinical scientific evidence that a psychic exists? No. But the sociocultural implications of the role, I think, still stand to carry some level of import in society.
Okay. Thank you, Venya. You got a shock emoji. All right. Armani, did you have an adjacent explanation for your end of things of why psychics, you mildly agree that psychics are real?
Mine is
I'll let go, Mary.
Yeah, mine is I don't know, more or less superficial, I guess, than Vinya's, because mine is just sometimes I'll see them on TV with the commercials, and I guess they're real people who call themselves psychics. So since if they exist, then they're I guess if they exist, they're real. I don't know.
Okay. So your identity is like they're calling themselves psychics, therefore they are psychics. Like they identify as psychics.
Well, not just the identification, but them existing, and the
You trust
existence.
them that they do have some clairvoyance of sorts.
It's more like they call themselves psychics. They exist, and since they exist, then they're real, and so it's more logic based than
Okay.
believing.
Yeah, just literally they take that name on, therefore they are real. Okay, gotcha. That's true. Yeah, it could be interpreted as they don't exist at all. And you're like, no, I live on a planet called Earth and there are psychic hotlines, so they do exist. This is a species of sorts. Okay, gotcha. All right,
Species.
so
A
Vinya.
question out of curiosity.
Mhm.
I find myself, in light of this discussion, thinking that there's a delineation between psychics aren't real and psychic powers aren't real. I kind of feel like, for me at least, there draws a careful distinction, and it seems like that distinction would also be the case for you, Armani. Should it have been psychic powers are real, I wonder if we would have adjusted our views.
Yeah.
Is that not
okay.
part of the point of this exercise, though? That a lot of polarizing arguments
Yeah, exactly.
do fall
It
into
is,
that
yep.
situation.
Yeah. It's the phrasing, and even all of your experience with me could make you choose your answers differently, of going like, what is the social consequence to believing something here? So when I see spectrums like this, I feel like, yes, we're not a cult. That's my worst nightmare, terror feeling, is like, what if accidentally someday?
I didn't come in here with a purpose. I think I just came in here just for no reason in particular, and because of that, I don't think I was as open-minded as I could have been.
Okay. Well, definitely provided some comment relief. Taking some of the angles you did. I appreciated it. Yeah. So then the final round of questioning would be, is there anything that anybody said here that we want to appreciate about what each other brought? So this is the appreciation game piece of that one. This is where we get really specific with each other.
I'd
everybody's
actually
jumping on
like to
that.
start. Yeah.
And he's got the
Yeah, I'd like to start specifically by saying I don't really think you were all that close, Jose. I think you did really wonderful, and you were quite open, and your contributions were at the same time succinct and also empathetic. So I think you did wonderfully, and that would absolutely be my kudos to you.